King, the tragedy of our generation is not that men aren't building, it's that they're building on sand. Men rise fast today. Online fame, money, women, influence, but one storm exposes that the foundation was hollow. Matthew 7:24-27. The rain fell. The floods came, the winds blew and beat on that house, and it did not fall because it had been founded on the rock. The storm doesn't respect talent. It doesn't care how good you look or how many people clap for you. The storm only respects structure. If you want your kingdom to stand, your body, your business, your marriage, your legacy, you must build on 4 unshakable pillars: discipline, faith, purpose, God's authority. This is not philosophy. This is construction. And I'm about to hand you the blueprint. Discipline is the steel frame of a king's palace. Everything else, faith, purpose, power, attaches to it. Men fail not because they're weak, but because they're untrained. They confuse passion with consistency. They want results without repetition. Proverbs 25:28. A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Without discipline, you're defenseless. Discipline is the wall between you and destruction. When your flesh says sleep, discipline says build. When your emotions say quit, discipline says finish. Structure is freedom. The man who wakes up at a set time, eats clean, trains his body, reads the word, and honors his schedule, that man owns his day. Everyone else is owned by their impulses. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's repetition in silence. The same alarm, the same reps, the same routine, until excellence becomes muscle memory. Practical. Keep a morning system, scripture, sweat, strategy. Keep a night system, reflection, prayer, preparation. Track 1 victory per day. Small wins compound into confidence. Discipline turns the chaos of life into order. It doesn't make life easier. It makes you stronger. Discipline keeps you moving. Faith tells you why you're moving. Faith is not naive hope. It's spiritual eyesight. It sees the unseen. It believes the blueprint even when the ground looks empty. Hebrews 11:11. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. When the world tells you, be realistic, faith whispers, be aligned. Because realism without revelation is just fear wearing logic's mask. Faith doesn't cancel logic. It completes it. Logic builds the ship. Faith gets you to the other side. Faith is what kept Noah building when there was no rain. It's what made Abraham leave his homeland without a map. It's what kept Joseph forgiving his brothers while sitting in prison. Faith is what keeps a man calm when his plans collapse. He doesn't panic, he prays. He doesn't beg, he believes. He doesn't crumble. He consults heaven for the next instruction. When your heart is anchored in God, failure becomes redirection, not rejection. Faith is what allows you to walk through fire and come out refined, not ruined. Remember this, discipline is what you do. Faith is why you do it. Purpose answers the question every man asks in the dark. Why am I here? Without purpose, men become slaves to pleasure. They chase comfort because they lack calling. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Purpose is God's handwriting on your soul. It's not something you invent, it's something you uncover. Some men think purpose is a job. It's not. Your job pays you. Your purpose changes others. Purpose is what gives meaning to pain. Every scar you carry is a map pointing to someone you're meant to help. How to find it? Identify what breaks your heart. That's usually the battlefield you were assigned to. Identify what energizes your spirit. That's usually the weapon you'll fight with. Identify what bears fruit when you do it. That's confirmation. A man in purpose doesn't need validation. His peace is his proof. Purpose gives direction to discipline and balance to ambition. Without it, you become productive but aimless, busy but blind. Purpose is the compass that keeps a king building the right empire. Now the 4th pillar, the one that makes the other 3 divine, is God's authority. James 4:7. Submit yourselves therefore to God. Submission isn't slavery, it's strategy. The same God who gave you a gift also gave you boundaries to protect it. When you live outside of order, your gift becomes a weapon against you. Look at Samson. Strength without restraint leads to destruction. Look at Saul. Calling without humility ends in madness. But look at Jesus. Authority through obedience. He could have called legions of angels, but chose submission to fulfill purpose. When you're under authority, you don't need to prove your power. Your obedience proves it for you. You don't fight every battle. You discern which one is kingdom business. You stop chasing opportunity and start operating in assignment. God's authority covers you. It keeps your vision safe from pride and perversion. Every time you bow to God, your crown fits tighter. Kingdoms aren't lost overnight. They erode over time when the foundation cracks. A man who builds on these four pillars becomes immovable. He doesn't collapse when storms hit. Storms confirm his construction. Legacy isn't a name on buildings. It's your principles alive in people. Psalm 78:5-7. God commanded fathers to teach their children so the next generation would set their hope in him. Raise men before you raise empires. If your son inherits your money but not your mindset, you failed. If your brother inherits your platform but not your principles, you failed. Legacy is when your obedience outlives your existence. Leadership equation: discipline keeps you consistent. Faith keeps you courageous. Purpose keeps you focused. Authority keeps you humble. That combination cannot be defeated. King crowns don't fall, foundations crack. Reinforce yours. Be disciplined in the body, anchored in faith, driven by purpose, and ruled by God's authority. That's how you build something that the storm can't shake, time can't rot, and hell can't steal. 1 Corinthians 3:11. For no one can lay any foundation other than the one already laid, which is Jesus Christ. Your throne is not built in comfort, it's built in obedience. Your strength is not how loud you speak, it's how deep you're rooted. This is king-level mindset. Discipline, faith, purpose, God's authority. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Kings don't beg. Kings don't bow. Kings build.